Guys, this is Saurav. We're gonna see the larynx. Okay, first of all, what comes in your mind when you think about larynx? For everyone, the larynx is voice box. Why it is called voice box? Because it helps in the creation of sound. Okay, actually, guys, I want to tell you one thing. Larynx doesn't create a speech; it creates a sound. Okay, it will produce sound, but it doesn't create a speech. Your speech is formed by the coordination of your mouth, tongue, and many muscles. Okay, so speech is a different thing, and the sound is a different thing. Larynx will produce sound with variable frequency, variable amplitude. Okay, but it doesn't produce the speech. Okay, so we will see the functions of larynx. We have around four functions of larynx. Okay, the first function is very simple, phonation. It helps in the phonation speaking. Okay, the second is respiration. Actually, the inlet of trachea is controlled at the portion of larynx only. So if the larynx muscle is contracted, if it close the inlet, so you will not able to respire. Okay, and the protection, that it act as a door, so it helps in the protection also. And deglutition, as you know that the epiglottic cartilage. Okay, it help in the like proper deglutination. So these are the four functions of larynx. Now we'll see from where it originate and from till where it is there, like till where it end. So it originate from the uh, it originate from the root of tongue. Okay, and it end. Okay, and it end at C6 vertebra. C6 vertebra. Okay, it extend like C3, C4, C6, and it will end at the C6 vertebra. Now we're gonna see the cartilage. Okay, how many cartilage the larynx is made up of? So we have nine cartilage. Okay, I think all of you had read in 12th the nine cartilage. Among that, we have three paired cartilage and three unpaired. So first we will see the three un three paired cartilage. See, the three pair cartilage are quite small, and it is not of that much use except at night. So we have the three pair cartilages are, the first one is the ethmoid, second one is the corniculate, third one is the cuneiform. Okay, so these three cartilages we have the pair cartilage. So first we're going to see in the model how does it look. Okay, so as you can see, these two cartilages. Okay, this is the ethmoid cartilage. Above ethmoid you will have corniculate cartilage, and above this, okay, above this there is small cartilage like this, that is called the cuneiform. Okay, so actually the corniculate and cuneiform is not of that much use. Okay, but among the pair cartilage, the ethmoid cartilage is the most important cartilage because it has attachments. Okay, now we will see the unpaired cartilage. Okay, the first one is the very important cartilage, the thyroid cartilage. The second one is the cricoid cartilage, and the third one is the epiglottis. So epiglottis. So all these three cartilages is quite important, but among that the thyroid cartilage is the most important cartilage. So we're going to see the thyroid cartilage, and epiglottis we will see later on, because it is related to tongue also, and it is related to larynx also. The way the if the lecture will go forward, we will see the uh, epiglottis. Okay, now we're gonna see thyroid cartilage. Okay, we had isolated the thyroid cartilage here. Okay, so as you can see, guys, the blue color portion is the body of the cartilage. Okay, the yellow color portion is called the superior cornu. Okay, superior cornu, and this green color portion that I have selected now, this one, I'll just mark this one. This is called the inferior cornu. What it does, it forms the joint with cricoid cartilage. Okay, guys, and as you can see, this portion, this is called notch, or even you can say the this is called notch, and this is called prominence. So actually what this notch and prominence related to, like what is Adam's apple? I don't know what is Adam's apple. It is the elevation, but the point is that Adam's apple is the prominence of the thyroid cartilage only. Okay, so if you will see in females, okay, uh, if you see from this view, okay, if you see in female, uh, let me draw. If you see in female, okay, female has somewhat greater angle, okay, it is like 120 for female. But if you see male, okay, it is quite prominent around 90 degree. So for male the Adam's apple are quite prominent because the thyroid angle is less, it is around 90 degree. So because of that the male has the prominent Adam's apple. Now it's come to the attachment. Okay, what are the attachment of the thyroid cartilage, because that attachment is the most important thing. So uh, first we're going to see the attachment for actually all the cartilages. Okay, all the cartilages are attached to each other by the ligaments. Okay, so wherever I say wherever I mention the attachment of tool cartilage, there will be a ligament. Okay, guys, so the first attachment is at this point. Can you see this point, that blue color point? This is called the actually thyroepiglottic ligament. At this point the thyroepiglottic ligament is attached to the thyroid cartilage, and we have epiglottis like this. Okay, below this you have the attachment for false vocal cord. Okay, at these 2 points the false vocal ligament, not vocal cord. Vocal cord is consist of vocal ligament as well as vocal muscle. So at this point you have the false vocal ligament attachment. Okay, below that you will have the attachment for the vocal ligament, that is the real vocal ligament. Okay, now lateral to the attachment of the vocal ligament we have the attachment for vocalis muscle. Okay, and lateral to vocalis muscle we have the attachment for thyroetmoid muscle. Okay guys, all those muscle will be clear when I will teach the muscles of the larynx, but this is the overall condition. Actually, what is the point now? These, like in many books, they consider these two as a one thing, like the vocalis muscle as well as the thyroetmoid muscle, they will consider that two muscle together. Okay, they don't differentiate, but as per our syllabus we will differentiate it. Okay guys, I think thyroid cartilage is enough, nothing to say more. Okay guys, can you see this is the cricoid cartilage. Guys, this is the another unpaired cartilage. So remember one thing, cricoid cartilage is the only complete ring cartilage. It is the only cartilage which surrounds the trachea completely. Okay, so why I am telling it completely, what does it means? It means that if it is surrounding, means it is quite fixed. Okay, and if it is quite fixed, the muscle which is attached, which attaches the cricoid cartilage with any other cartilage, so when that muscle will contract, the chance is that the cricoid cartilage won't move. Okay, the cricoid cartilage won't move. So that is why I am mentioning that it is the complete cartilage. And one more important thing that can be asked as a MCQ question, that it is present at the C6 level. I said now, like the larynx ends at the C6, so this cartilage will present at the C6 level. So this is an important thing. Okay guys, now it's come to epiglottis. So actually epiglottis extend from the, it is extension of tongue. Okay, it extends from the tongue and it ends here. It will end at the this point, at the thyroid attachment point. Okay, it ends at the thyroid cartilage. Okay guys, I think the cartilages are over. Okay, so all the cartilage, that is the pair cartilages, are the ethmoid, corniculate and cuneiform. The unpaired are the thyroid, cricoid and the epiglottis. Now we will see the joints. What are the joints? And I want to say one more thing. Okay, the thing is that what are the, actually we divide cartilage into two more types, that is the hyaline cartilage, hyaline as well as the elastic. So for hyaline cartilage we have two cartilage, actually two and a half you can say. The first one is the thyroid, the second one is the cricoid, and the 2.5 is the basal part of arachnoid. Basal part of arachnoid. So why I'm differentiating the hyaline from the elastic? Okay, we have elastic, rest others are elastic. Okay, so the point is that when you will see in radiology, the hyaline cartilage after a certain age you will see as ossified. Okay, it will be quite dense. Okay, it will be ossified cartilage if you see in radiology, but the elastic cartilage, it won't be ossified. Okay, it won't be that much dense. So this is how you can differentiate. Now we'll see the joints. Okay guys, for joints the name itself will define everything. Okay, so the first joint that we have is the cricothyroid joint. As I said earlier that inferior cornu forms the joint with cricoid cartilage. So at this point you will have a joint, like not here, in at this point you will have a joint. Okay, now what this joint provide? Okay, this joint provide the gliding motion. Okay, the gliding motion, like suppose if the muscle will contract, the thyroid cartilage can go forward. Okay, and if the muscle relax, I will name the muscle on the later part of video, but if the muscle relax, it will uh, pull the cartilage, thyroid cartilage, towards itself. So this is the gliding joint. Now it's come to another joint, that is a cricoarachnoid joint. Okay, so as you can see guys, this is your arachnoid cartilage, the blue colored. Okay, this is your cricoid cartilage. So here you will have one joint. This is called the cricoarachnoid joint. Now what it does actually guys, what it does, I hope you can appreciate this muscle, this vocalis muscle. So what it does, so whenever, just imagine this is a uh, this is a L shape. Okay, but this L can become like this also. If you will rotate this cartilage somewhat like this, the L will become like this. Okay, and if you rotate the cartilage in this portion, the L will become like this. So this rotation, okay, so when the L will become like this is called the abduction. Okay, and whenever the abduction occur, so this space will increase. Okay, this will increase the inlet, this will increase the size of inlet. So this is called the rotation movement. As you can see, this rotating. So this cricoarachnoid joints provide the rotation. Okay guys, uh, I think I'm able to clear the joint. Now we're gonna see the membrane as well as ligament. Okay, so uh, guys, the first membrane or ligament, that is called the thyrohyoid membrane. So this is an important membrane. I'll tell you why. It has some clinical importance. So as you can see, this membrane is the thyroid membrane. So at the lateral side of this membrane, okay, you will have a cartilaginous type density, that is called the cartilagotritica. Okay, and the second most important thing is, at this point, somewhat lateral to the midline, somewhat lateral to the midline, you will have a orifice. You will have a orifice that provide the path to, first is internal laryngeal nerve, and the second is uh, superior laryngeal artery. So you will having this two artery will going in the inside the larynx through this aperture or orifice. So this is the two important thing in the uh, thyroid membrane. Now we're going to see the ligament, the cricotracheal ligament. So as you can see guys, this ligament. Okay, so the cricotracheal ligament attaches the cricoid, this is the cricoid cartilage with the tracheal ring. Okay, so this is the first tracheal ring. It attaches the cricotracheal ligament attaches the cricoid cartilage with the first tracheal ring. Okay, now it's come to this ligament or membrane. Can you see, this is the cricothyroid. Okay, as you can see, this is the cricothyroid ligament. it attaches the thyroid cartilage with the cricoid cartilage. Okay guys, I think this is clear. Now we have something important, okay, and that is called the thyroepiglottic ligament. Okay, so I want to say you one thing. Actually, I said earlier that the thyroepiglottic ligament will be present somewhat here, and it attaches the thyroid to the epiglottis. Okay, thyroid cartilage to the epiglottis cartilage. Now we have one more important ligament, that is called the hyoepiglottic ligament. So I hope, can you see this ligament? Okay, so this ligament is called the hyoepiglottis ligament. What it does, it attaches the epiglottis to the hyoid bone. So these things are important. Okay guys, this is enough for the cartilage. Okay, in the next lecture we will see about the muscle function and the phonation. So if you guys had liked this video, then please do share this video in your group, subscribe to my channel and like this video. Thank you. Saurav signing out.